All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Pierce's Wildlife Podcast.
Welcome.
We have Mr. Brett Upson on tonight.
That's right.
Happy to be here again.
Yeah, we kind of prefaced you guys letting you know that he's going to come on and talk to us a little bit about the Masters. We're going to talk about some Griffin Cup.
Get all we can in this 30-minute episode.
And if it goes further, we'll just make it into two parts, whatever it looks
Split
like.
it up.
Before we get off into the episode, though, we were talking beforehand, a couple of things we got to mention first. First thing is we got the dove field planted.
Yep. I already see birds flying in.
I know they're already eating the seed. We got to do something about that.
Yeah.
We getting ready to put the fence up, and the field looks good. The lines are straight. They're going to come up.
Wasn't me.
It's going to be. I did tell somebody the other day, my dad, he would be a really good farmer, but he would not be a good farmer. And let me tell you why. That is probably the most particular joker I've ever met in my life. And if them cornrows weren't perfectly straight, he'd dig them up and replant
Start
them.
over.
I'd have a hard time. It is hard.
So we told you guys we were going to talk about the Masters a little bit. Since we're talking about the Masters, I want to throw some key things that we had some milestones this week again. We got a couple podium finishes on the scrambles. Also, Brett did.
Yep, at the Exchange Glove tournament. We got a third last week, Monday.
Congratulations.
And then I got two more close to the pins this week.
There you go.
In those tournaments. And no, this is not a golf podcast, but it seems like it's starting to turn into it.
Yeah, we love it too.
Hey, whatever's relevant. That
right.
seems to be what everybody's making it on anyway right now.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like, and I know that I'm kind of new to the golf thing, but it seems like golf has really blown up the past couple of years.
Around here, it really has.
Yeah, it definitely has.
Do you feel like it has?
Yeah, and that's one thing that I was going to bring up when we get to the Griffin Cup. I mean, just the interest and just it blowing up. And it's a whole, it's like I said on a video that we did, it's the worst, best problem that you can have in doing a golf tournament.
There you go.
Yeah. Because it's full and everybody wants to do it.
Yeah.
And there's no more room.
That's exactly right.
Sorry about it. But before we get off into that, you got your Masters gear on, and you're geared up to tell us some stuff.
So my wife and everybody gives me a hard time because it's about all I wear is Masters shirts and hats. But I only shop one time a year, and that's that week. I don't buy any clothes anywhere else. I'll trade out my shirts every 3 or 4 years and sell them on Facebook or whatever for.
That's nice looking. I need to know.
Yeah.
Make me a few $100 to
there you go.
buy one or two on the
next year.
Around. Yeah.
Right.
I remember when I first started working the Masters, the shirts were like $69, $70. Now they're $125.
Wow.
With everything else. But even like the simple Masters Tech shirts now are like $90.
Wow.
Yeah, those used to be like $60.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Man, everything has went sky high.
Yeah.
And then the Berkmans is like even double of that.
Berkman's, their clothes are, their merchandise is about the same price, but what you say about the same price, you have stuff in there that you can't get anywhere else. And that's high dollar stuff. Like I was listening to this comedian the other day, and she's like, yeah, I took my husband in Berkman's, and next thing I know, we have a good time and everything, and get back to the house, and 3 days later, there's 3 Ottomans that show up at the house. And she was like, what is this? He's like, well, bought 2 for the guys at the club, and another one, this premium Masters leather. I just want to sit down and put my socks on every morning on. She's like, they're $3,000 a piece. He's like, it is what it is.
It is what it is. I love it.
Holy smokes.
Oh, man.
But it's absolutely crazy in that merch shop. And I don't have a lot of, stress, anxiety, kickers in there. But this year when I went in, I swear I had a 4-page list for like everybody that wanted something, and I always say the next year I'm never doing this again. It was just, it gets out of hand or whatever. But I think on the first haul that I had for like everybody, it was like $6,000 that I spent.
Wow.
But I look next to me, and this guy's pulling out the American Express, and it's $22,000.
Holy cow.
So he's pretty much doing the same thing, just a lot more.
So, I mean, but you go and you look at it, some of these people, it's the first and only time they'll ever step foot on that property. And they're shopping for everybody under the book and themselves.
Right.
And there's just no limit.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy to watch these people just go and literally go crazy in that place.
Wow.
That is crazy. Did they run out of
They
stuff?
have like signature items that they'll run out of, but it's usually around Friday, Saturday that they're running out.
Wow.
They're pretty good about
so they know what's going to happen.
Certain numbers of stuff, so there's opportunity for everybody to buy each day. But the merchandise, it's just a whole different ballgame there.
Wow.
I mean, I'm sure you can Google some of the stats on it, which are, not far from things that we've heard. But I mean, they're making like $250 a second in there.
Holy cow!
So it's just crazy money that goes in over there.
Well, I saw a TikTok of a dude who he does sports jokes, and he was like, "Hey, look, let's start this golf tournament. We're going to call it the Masters. We're going to charge cheap prices for the food. We're going to charge cheap money for the tickets, this and that." And he was like, "Well, how are we going to make all the money?" Talking about this is like back when they first started it. We're going to sell clothes, a lot of them, and it's going to be expensive. Okay, you're on to something.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's it. I mean, the ticket prices aren't that bad. Obviously, if you get them straight through, now you start hitting the black market on ticket prices. What I was hearing this year, practice round, single day ticket was about $8,000.
Wow.
In the black market. And then you take the risk of not even getting in if your ticket's been flagged and you don't answer the questions the right way in the interview room when they pull you in there.
Wow.
So it's
what does that mean? So
Augusta is very, very strict on their scalping, and they make it known to everybody, like, you cannot sell these tickets. You can give them to people like that, but they cannot be resold. And just random people, they get pulled in. They have like this little compound behind the ticketing counter. If it gets flagged or for whatever reason, they go in, they have a series of questions. Nobody ever really knows what the questions are that they ask. And if they don't match up with the ticket holder or where the tickets came from or where they were mailed to, tickets null and void at that point in time. And the original ticket holder will receive a letter next year that said, thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah.
And that's the end of your Masters chances from
Holy cow.
Forever?
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow.
Wow.
So people selling them on the black market is like a whole,
that's a whole different business in itself.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I literally heard a Tuesday round was $8,000. Tuesday practice round.
$8,000.
That's crazy.
Spend $8,000 and then you get there and you can't even get in.
Yeah.
I'm just telling. That's not worth it.
No, absolutely not.
Not at all.
Mm-mm.
All right. So there's some questions. There's been things. So let me ask a couple questions first. And obviously you can't talk about a lot, or you might be able to talk about more than I think you can talk about. But let me ask you a question. I saw something the other day where on TV, they like make things look more vivid, and they make sounds like included into the background to like make it seem more prestigious. Is that true or not?
As far as what happens in the truck, like on the broadcast, I'm not sure. But there's no minus to anything of detail at that course. I mean, the sandwich wrappers are green. That way, if they fall on the ground, you're not going to see it on TV.
You're not going to see them.
It's going to blend in.
Wow.
There's a separate crew of 8 to 9 guys in just a small corridor that are responsible for that trash. Trash bag gets a quarter of the way empty. They're changing it, moving it. That's why you see clear cups and green cups. There's no weird colored cups. They're either going to blend in with the green grass, or you're not going to really see them in the people's hand on the course.
Wow.
So everything's green. Everything has a purpose. The trash cans or bags are green. If you go back and look at the broadcast, you don't see that stuff sticking out.
Yeah.
Unless you're actually like looking for it.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to take a quick commercial break here.
Okay.
And then as soon as we come back, I'm ready to hear your job, what you get to do, what you want to tell us about.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. We'll be right back, guys. Right now is the time to be getting your hunting blinds and your feeders out. Right now.
It's the time.
You
now.
cannot wait any longer.
Today.
If you put them out a week or two before deer season, they're not going to come in there naturally. They're going to feel pressured and all that good stuff. Well, right up the road on Highway 16 is River Grove Supply. They have the Banks hunting blinds and their feeders right there. If you mention this podcast, you'll get an additional 5% off your purchase. If you mention Courier Pop as well, the same, 5% off. They offer free installation and free shooting lane clearing. Shoot them a message on Facebook or go to their website at rivergrovesupply.com.
That's a bargain.
All right, guys, we're back here, and we're ready to know, dude.
Yeah, welcome back.
Welcome back. Yeah.
So I started working the Masters 12 years ago. I think it's 12, either 11 or 12. It started out of just six or eight agents, and we worked the gate. We were in uniform, and we worked the gate, and that was it. We get to trade off and go in and see golf on like a lunch break or whatever. Fast forward a few years. Now I am over assistant, I guess you would say assistant supervisor to player escort security. So it's in charge of every player's security inside the ropes. My main role is the evacuation coordinator, and any kind of special details that we have within that. Evacuation coordinator is basically just assigning people. If we have a weather evacuation, anything, we got to get everybody off the course. Just get agents in place and get everybody off the course. We like to do that in under 60 minutes. Every patron off the grounds in under 60 minutes.
That's rolling.
So we just have to make sure we have people in place, stationary positions, walking positions, and everything like that. The player escorts are uniformed officers inside the ropes. They're with every single group. I don't know if you remember back when Tiger and Rory were at East Lake and they broke down the ropes and followed them in on the 18th green, and we're all over them, and they were having to like walk through the crowd on like the comeback, I think, of Tiger at East Lake.
I remember that.
I basically kind of set the presence of inside the rope security, make sure that didn't happen. They weren't close to the players and all that. So that's been 12 years of that, and I've seen some of the most historic Masters moments since then. I watched every single shot of Sunday round of 2019 Masters when Tiger Woods won it.
Wow.
I ended up in the Sports Illustrated centerfold of the Sports Illustrated edition, holding a rope back in the woods when he hit it out.
Really?
I'm in the centerfold of that in the GB outfit.
Dang.
Standing there when Tiger's hitting the ball.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
That is real cool.
Saw Sergio's playoff, was escorting him that year, ran up and down 18, 2 or 3 times during the playoff. Watched Rory, seen both the Scotties. Keep waiting for Rose to pull it out. He's been right there so many times.
We've talked about that.
We've talked about that a lot.
But during that time, I mean, you get to meet these players, interact with them. I'd say 90% of them are super nice guys. And then there's some that you just don't want to be around or have any part of. But I will say one thing about Augusta National. They like the players, but it does not matter who you are there. I've seen some of the top-notch celebrities, world-renowned icons get turned away at a gate in Augusta National.
Wow.
They're like, do you not know who I am? They're like, well, sir, that doesn't matter here at Augusta National. And they're like, you can exit right there. It does not matter.
Wow.
That's crazy.
There you go.
But it's like I said, it's literally a tradition like no other. It is a sacred ground over there. I mean, there's no phones. You look at the pictures of sporting events now, and it's like the most crucial shots. Everybody's got their phone up and watching it through a screen. You watch the Masters and some of the most crucial shots and exciting shots, and there's not a single cell phone
Not
in there.
That's incredible.
This year I got to be a part of something special. To me, it was special. He's come out with a story now, so we can talk about it a little bit. But I was with Gary Woodland for the whole week this year at the Masters. We started with him Sunday before and ended up basically till he got into the car the Sunday after. He touched on a few interviews about his PTSD and his brain tumor that he had. Basically, when the surgery happened and everything over time, is the part that's still in there is pressing up the fear and anxiety lobe of the brain. Well, anyways, became very hypervigilant, gets very scared on the golf course and everything like that. So we assigned a specific GBI agent with him all week, same person to escort him, be with him basically once he came through the gates of Augusta National.
Wow.
With that, we got to experience the new player services building. I don't know if you've seen about that online or anything. It is the most top of the line locker room, workout area, physical fitness training, medicine, psychology rooms. There's 100 individual lockers in there, cafes for the players, cafes for the families, keeping everything completely separate to where they're not walking into the main clubhouse and basically getting
bombarded or whatever.
So it's all approachable underground tunnels. If they don't want to see the single first person in there until they step on the first tee, they don't have to.
So the underground tunnels thing is...
Hey, that's how we get around.
That was something I was going to ask.
It's all up underground. It's how you get around on most of the stuff. You get from one side of the course to the other, and you barely come out on top, if that's the way you want to go.
That's pretty cool.
That's crazy.
It is.
So, I mean, you're never going to see food being transported from, where it's made across the street and everything to the back of Amen Corner.
Not happening.
It's all going to be underground, on the outskirts, up under, in a Sprinter van to the place.
How big are the tunnels up under?
Tractor trailer can go in them.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So they got to be well ventilated.
Yep. They have like jet engine things on the side that's ventilating them through.
I'd like to just see that.
All right. So another question, and I don't know, you might or might not know this, but so every year there's a player that's not televised. Their name's not on the leaderboard, but they're paired up with somebody because they needed a second.
Oh, you're talking about the marker.
The marker.
All right. So that's only an odd number of years of players. All right. So it's a member at Augusta National. Basically, if there's, 59 men in the field, you got to have that 60th to play, keep up the pace of play, and make it an even group. So this year, there wasn't a marker at all. There was no marker this year. It's the first time in a long time I've seen it where it's been like even number across the board.
Wow.
But he plays, it's usually the best player in the club of Augusta National, and he plays with either it's usually the last tee, or it's not a marquee group. It's the last, like after the cut's made, it's the first tee time out. And I think before it's most of the time the first tee time out, but sometimes it's a little bit in the middle. But yeah, it's just a regular member of Augusta National, and those guys are good. Like Jeff Knox, who used to be the marker, has beaten several of the guys playing.
So Zach brought that up a couple of weeks ago when we kind of prefaced this whole podcast. He said there was one year that he had either heard or read or whatever that this marker came in and played and was like, I don't know if he specifically said that he was good enough to win it, but he was like top 10.
He played well. But one thing I'll say about the markers, if they're getting behind, they just pick their ball up and, go on to the next hole. They're not going to slow down the tour pro.
Gotcha.
So if like they start having a bad hole or whatever, then they're just going to knock it back out and play it in. They're not, most of the time they're not even putting out, but I do know that there's one year, and it's all over the internet, like Jeff Knox, I think he was playing Rory McIlroy one year. He just was not having a good year and teed off, and I think tied him. On that round.
Wow.
So, but Jeff Knox doesn't do it anymore as a guy. I can't remember his name. I think he's a northern guy who's doing it now, but he's like 6'7". He's a huge guy.
So so to be a member at Augusta National, you have to have a lot of money.
I don't know about any of that. You would think so.
I didn't even think it was possible. So when you said member, I'm like, I didn't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. Nobody really knows what the constraints of the membership are and everything, but you always hear the rumors and the stories of everything of like, if you ask to be a member, you're never going to be a member and things like that. You have to be invited or sponsored. I don't know how all that works.
That's crazy.
I know there's like perspectives that are out there, but you never know really who they are. You just hear the rumors through the rumor mill that, this guy may be a prospective member. You're like, okay, well, I don't even know who he is. And most of them you don't. I mean, they have celebrity honorary members, and you see them out there, but most of these people, if you stand right beside you, without them having a green jacket on, you would not even know that they were a member.
Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy. All right, so before we move into the last segment here and our next commercial, what would you say the wildest thing that you've seen at the Masters?
I've seen a snow angel or a sand angel in the sand trap by a patron.
Nice.
That didn't last very long. I think he got a few wings and then they were clipped quickly.
I would imagine.
I didn't personally see this guy, but one jumped in the lake by 15. And then I haven't confirmed this, but I just heard it through the grapevine that a long-standing ticket holder, grandson or great-grandson or something, maybe urinated off the back end of a grandstand onto the shoulder of a governor of a surrounding state, and he was quickly taken in, escorted off the property, and I think those tickets have been in the family for like 70-something years, and they were gone at that point.
Oh, wow. My words, because of a grandson.
Ooh. All right, and then the last question, I think, would be, what have you ever had like a situation where you've had to be called as GBI, like, hey, we need you to handle this situation, or anything of that nature?
At the Masters?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, even though we are employees of Augusta National there, we're still a GBI agent, and if we have to effect an arrest, then we're an employee of the GBI at that point in time to effect an arrest, because that's how we carry, our arrest powers. But, thinking back, we've had a few things, but it's nothing. It's one place that's really, knock on wood, people don't come there to really act a fool because they're so scared of losing those tickets or getting in trouble.
Got a lot of respect for
that. Makes sense.
It's usually pretty quiet. I mean, but you'll have your people that have too many of those green cups walking around, and they get mouthy and get stupid. And you got to take them in.
Yeah.
But nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Nothing like NASCAR.
Yeah, exactly.
Sign my baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just a crazy, it's one of the best sporting events that you can ever go to.
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough to get to work it, and we stay on property. And so we're there from 4:45 in the morning until basically everybody's gone off the course at 8 o'clock at night. It's long days. Couple of us get there the Thursday before the women's amateur even starts. So we're there the whole time. It is a fun time, but you're ready to get home.
Yeah.
We walk anywhere between 90 and 100 miles during the week. And the TV does not do that place justice. It's like old saying, like it's uphill both ways, and it doesn't get any downhill. But there's a little bit of downhill out there, but it just, your calves are on fire.
Really?
And you about have to train for that when the week's coming up. It's like you go walk, because if you don't,
building up some stamina,
you're going to be hurting bad.
Wow.
But it's just a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes there that you would never even dream of or think of that would make that tournament go around. But it is every attention to detail. I mean, how far the ballards are apart from each other in the line to get the most people in the most efficient way, where they're not too close to each other and they're not making everything too hot, where the air circulates. And I mean, it's just every single thing that you could think of.
Wow.
How the lines go in the bathroom, how they stack you up in the bathroom. Everything's clean. Every stall's clean. After each patron that comes in and goes out, there's somebody that goes in and sprays it down and wipes it off.
Wow.
I mean,
that's crazy.
It is crazy.
All right, real quick, we're going to take another quick commercial break.
All right.
And then we'll decide if we're going to do a 2-part to this or if this is going to be a long episode.
Okay.
Y'all good with it?
Yeah.
I'm good.
All right.
Sounds good.
We'll be right back. Pro Forestry Mulching. If you're ready to get your property in shape for hunting season or just want to upgrade it, Pro Forestry Mulching and Property Services is your go-to for Georgia. They handle home sites, mulching, driveway work, and demo cleanup. They're fully licensed and insured. They offer free estimates and top-notch service. Call them today at 770-865-6164 and tell them you heard it on the podcast. Those guys will do you an excellent job on anything you need, getting your hunting land ready for hunting season.
That's right. Guaranteed.
Give them a call. All right, guys, we're back for part 2.
Welcome back.
All right, before we move on to the Griffin Cup, anything else that you would like to add, share, tell people about?
That you would think was really interesting or whatever?
That is just a place that you really never know who you're going to see. Like I was thinking about on the way over here. Who have I met, seen, had an interaction with? And I was just, the list is crazy. I mean, anybody from NASCAR to motocross. Like, we had a guy that was messing with some meta glasses. And those are a big no-no at Augusta National.
Oh, I could imagine.
I was taking a chance there.
I go and tap him on the shoulder. I was like, first warning, put him in your pocket. He looks up at me. It's Ricky Carmichael.
I'll be dead gum.
No way, dude.
And I was like, oh, but still, you can't have those.
Did you?
Yeah.
What did you do? What did you say? What did you do?
It's like at that point, you're just in it to win it. That you just got to.
I mean, you got to stick to your guns.
Yeah. And I was just like, and I looked at the guy I was with. I was like, dang, that was Ricky Carmichael. He's like, you know, we have these stickers on our phone. He's like, pull it up. He goes, it was Ricky Carmichael. I hadn't seen that guy since I was like a middle schooler on dirt bikes or whatever. And
he ruled it one time, dude.
Jake Paul, Trevor Lawrence, Michael Jordan, Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, anybody. I mean, I've been from us sitting around, but just some of them talk to you, some of them just carry on. Some of them are blending in so well you don't want to blow their cover.
Right.
Like for real.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that is really cool, man.
Like in the crowd or like in the, what's that thing that like a lot of people hang out? I forget.
Berkman's.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's like a hangout too.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's all you can eat, all you can drink. You can put on the greens. They have the pin locations for Amen Corner on different places on the putting green out there. But all the drinks are included, all the food's included. It's like shrimp, oysters, steak,
Wow.
Italian, whatever your choice is, what you go in there and get.
Wow.
But I mean, just every year I see like Fred McGriff, see the crime dog. He's
Fred
always
McGriff. Man, I'd love to meet him. That's cool.
there. You name it. I mean, they're there.
Wow.
I was trying to think of some more this year. Real Housewives, they're all out there with their husbands. I mean, we used to play the celebrity game. Like, who could see the most in the day?
Start marking them off.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's pretty interesting that you got that countless count of people coming out there just to watch the Masters, man.
And when I tell you they don't care about anything, we had a situation a couple of years back. There was a player's family member who had a cell phone out there, and the Securitas person was like, "Hey, you can't have that. You need to come with us." And he was like, giving them a hard time. Player comes during the practice round. Player comes to the side, gets mad at Securitas, and so we get him back up to the security area, and Augusta national official kindly reminded the player that this is an invite-only tournament, and he does not have to be invited.
Who was it?
I can't say that.
Could you imagine though being Scotty Scheffler or somebody like that?
Was it a big name?
It was a big name back in the day.
Okay.
And basically they kindly reminded him that
you don't have to be
an
here.
invitee, and it does not matter.
Yeah.
And they could not send him an invitation, and that straightened things out.
If you don't want to follow our rules,
you
don't have to come.
That's crazy.
That is.
They don't care.
That's why it's the way it is, though.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that when you get to a point to where you don't care who you're dealing with, whether it be the top man on the totem pole or the bottom, everyone's treated equally.
Everybody gets the same respect.
Guess what? The whole thing plays out a whole lot smoother. It's when you start playing favorites and this guy can do this because of that. Well, that just bends rules.
It does. Doesn't make the playing field even.
And everybody's, obviously there's restricted areas and what you can and cannot get into. And there's different tiers of, you can definitely see the different tiers of wealth, walking around there. Like you just got a old practice round grounds pass, and then you got the clubhouse, and you got the member guests, and you got the members, and you got Berkman's and Berkman's member. It just keeps going and going. But one thing about the members out there is they're the nicest people. They walk up to every volunteer. They will shake any person's hand that comes up to them. It's not like a snobby atmosphere.
Wow.
Like every morning, there's 4 or 5 of us have conversations with 5 or 6 different members every single morning. And it's just real people, real down to earth.
Wow.
And they're standing there next to, I do have a funny story about Green Jacket.
Oh, I want to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
let's hear this.
We're standing on 18 green one afternoon on a Sunday, or maybe it was Saturday. And there's this guy that comes up. He's got about 8 beer cups in his hand. We're standing there talking to a member, and he's got like tall socks on, everything. He looks at the member. He goes, "Well, hey, guy, what year did you win it?" He goes, "I didn't. I'm a member." He said, "All right, then." So I thought, like, if the only way you got a green jacket was if you won the tournament.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's just sitting there. He goes, "All right, then."
All right.
Hey, guy.
It's like a mic drop there.
What year did you win it? Well, I didn't know that either, honestly.
Yeah, so all the members are required to wear their green jackets when they're on property. They can't take them off property. The only person who can take a jacket off property is the winner, and they can take it off property for 1 year.
Wow.
For 1 year.
Mm-hmm. Until the next Masters. Yep.
But any members, I guess they got assigned lockers, and their jacket has to stay in that locker. Wow.
And the same, if they double win, they use the same jacket, correct?
Yep.
That's crazy. All right. So how much do you think those jackets are?
Dude.
Let me look it up.
I don't know, but I did see that, like not too long ago, somebody found one in a thrift store, and it was like an original and it sold for some ungodly amount of money in an auction.
I would imagine.
They found it in a thrift store?
Yeah.
How did it
First of
make
all,
it
how
there?
did it
It's
even
like
get
from
out of the...
like a really old, I think, member or whatever.
Probably way back.
Yeah.
You know.
So that was, but yeah, they all have their different jackets. They got like thicker jackets for cold weather and thinner for
Really?
hot. And,
Oh, I didn't know that.
and then they all have to wear specific rain suits, and it's they have just as many rules as the patrons do. I mean, even though they're members of the course, each member has a responsibility and things like that. But
Wow.
you would never know it. No, like I said, super nice guys. They're always thankful and always grateful for all the volunteers and employees and everything that's going around them.
So
I wonder what kind of scores these
From-
guys into membership.
Custom-made
Do they have
jackets.
some guys that shoot way up there or what?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Yeah. So custom-made jackets from Augusta reported from $250 to $600. But the one jacket that you're talking about, because it's right here, it says
showed up.
one real Augusta member green jacket sold at an auction for well over $100,000. And Arnold Palmer's reportedly was valued in the millions after being recovered in a memorabilia theft case.
Wow.
Millions.
Dude,
Arnold
that's
Palmer's
crazy.
I mean, that's not like, that's Arnold Palmer's.
Yeah.
Right.
So I have a 2001 Masters flag signed by Tiger Woods with my badge where my dad took me. We went to the Masters, and the spectator guide framed at the house.
That's crazy.
That's cool.
How much could you imagine that's worth
I
right
don't
now?
know.
Ain't no telling.
Maybe a good life insurance policy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Honestly. Yeah.
That's some bragging rights right
Yeah.
there. You need to have that thing hanging.
See, I'm a
Special
golf
case.
fanatic. I've got Payne Stewart's autograph. Any golfer back in the day that you can think of, I have their
Mhm.
autograph. Gene Saracen, Ben Hogan. That's my dad started that at a young age for me, like getting these golf balls signed. You get a Callaway Gardens back in the day before the tour really blew up, and just get all kind of autographs. Like I have a huge glass case just full of golf balls of autographs from different golfers. Arnold
Wow.
Palmer, Jack Nicklaus,
Dang.
Faldo.
Faldo. That's pretty cool.
I've got a ton of them.
That's crazy.
How about
I
that?
got Arnold Palmer's on the Masters flag when it was last Masters with the magazine framed with it.
So really and truly, you have a small fortune with the golf stuff, honestly.
It's all spread out in different places, so nobody come
Yeah.
try to rob me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I don't-
right. Well, I don't
we'll
think
edit
I'd
this
walk
out.
into a GBI's house anyway to start off with.
Man, that's so funny.
It is.
That's really cool, though.
But like I said, we went to the Cadillac Championship down in Doral, and got Knox a flag and put him in the little kids autograph zone, and he was able to get a bunch of autographs and get some selfies. I think he got selfies with Tommy Fleetwood and Sepp Straka. And
Oh, dang.
Sunday morning, back up Saturday, President Trump was at the hotel. Social Security was crazy tight. And we went to the hotel lobby restaurant area, and we got locked in there because he was about to come down the stairs. Well, you know how the president moves in any political aspect of it. They lock it down because he's about to come. He decides to start talking here, and next thing you know, you're standing there 2 hours. Can't move. Well, during that 2 hours, I'm sitting next to Jim Nantz, Trevor Immelman, Colton Oast, and Johnson Wagner. And we start hitting it off, talking, end up, shutting down the bar that night with Colton Oast. Coolest guy I've met in a long time. I mean, we had mutual friends. He was traveled around the Corn Ferry Tour with John Curran, college golfer at Vanderbilt, who I was roommates with. He knew Luke List. Luke stayed in our room nights in and night out trying to make it on the tour at Vandy. I knew him well, played a lot of golf with him. Anyway, we're just hitting him back and forth. He's like, y'all want to come to the tournament tomorrow? Because we were leaving Sunday afternoon. I was like, sure. He goes, I'll send you tickets in the morning. So there's a weather delay. I texted him, sent him tickets in the morning. He sends me a text message, said, hey, I'm over at the putting green. Come over here. I'd like to say hi. So we walk over to the putting green. We get to talk to him. Knox is talking to him. And he's like, Scotty signed your flag yet? And Knox is like, no, sir. He goes, do you want him to sign your flag? He's like, yeah. He goes, give it to me. So he takes it over there to Scotty, and Scotty's like, dang, Colt, you've been bothering me since you were this tall. He goes, well, I'm still this tall. Sign the damn flag. And this is right before he's teeing off. So Scotty Sheffer signs the flag and
that is so funny.
Hands it back to Colt.
Love
and Colt
that.
walks it back over there and hands it to Knox. And about that time, like there's like just a wave of kids running over there. Like, you can take him again. He's like, nope, just a one-time favor from my boy right here. See y'all later.
Wow.
So it was pretty neat.
That is really cool.
That is pretty neat.
But
that means a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he got to do that, and him and I have texted a few times. He just got inducted to the Texas Golf Hall of Fame. Colt Nose did.
Oh, wow.
So it was awesome to meet him and get to know him and build a little contact with him.
Yeah, that's really cool.
He has a podcast. I don't know if you've seen it. It's called Subpar. He does a
check
podcast.
I feel like I've heard of it.
But super, super funny guy. He is he's in the booth now for CBS. And so he's, behind Jim Nantz and Trevor Immelman. He's the next group that you hear talking. And then you got Wagner, who's on the course walking with them. And then you got Dottie Pepper, who's out there walking with them as well.
Dang.
Man, that's interesting.
Cool.
Funny story about Dottie Pepper at the Masters.
Wait. Hold it real quick.
All right.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
All right.
Pro Forestry Mulching. If you're ready to get your property in shape for hunting season or just want to upgrade it, Pro Forestry Mulching and Property Services is your go-to for Georgia. They handle home sites, mulching, driveway work, and demo cleanup. They're fully licensed and insured. They offer free estimates and top-notch service. Call them today at 770-865-6164 and tell them you heard it on the podcast. All right, we're back here.
All right, welcome back.
All right, where were you?
All right, so I said I had a funny story about Dottie Pepper. And I was telling Colt knows this, and he just thought it was hilarious. So we have a bunch of GB agents who work that have no idea about golf or who any of these people are. Do you know who Dottie Pepper is?
I feel like I've heard the name.
On course analyst, walks with the players. She's the female voice you always hear where he's got 170s hitting 9-iron.
Yep.
That's Dottie Pepper.
Okay.
Well, we're at the Masters, got this agent, no idea about golf. If you told him just nothing. We had to show him the line, the walk, and that was his mission, protect these people, walk this line. He was just one of those type.
He was on task.
Well, Dottie Pepper comes in from the crowd. She's working her way around doing on course, commentating, and goes up under the ropes, and he almost
lost it,
tackles her. And she's like, whoa, I'm Dottie Pepper. And he's like, I don't know who Dottie Pepper is. And she's like, CBS. Everything says it's like a running joke.
Oh, my words. That's funny.
One more quick one. I don't know if you remember 2019. There's memes about it everywhere. A law enforcement agent tripped Tiger Woods, trying to keep the crowd back. Look it up.
I feel like
it rings a bell.
You'll see the memes all over the place. Good friend of mine. It's a joke every year. He's still got the pants of the mudslide and everything. But in his defense, Tiger had hit a shot. I can't remember which hole it was. It had rained all day before they were getting the round finished. He goes to step to keep the crowd back from getting up on him. He slides in the boot. Hits like the soccer slide.
Yeah.
Clips Tiger's ankle. It was a whole fiasco. Look it up. The stories are out there.
Wait, so did Tiger fall?
He didn't fall. He just kind of tripped him a little bit. Good thing Tiger was a little bit of an athlete and didn't have the messed up legs that he has now. But it was quite an adventure from there on out with him.
Why?
Just the
like for the agent or for the...
He had tripped Tiger Woods, and he was on his way to victory.
He
And
was
so,
on
like,
his way to victory on 19.
people are
Yes.
up in arms. And you got other people who are like, who's this rent-a-cop stuff?
Rent a
And
cop.
it was, I mean, look it up. The memes are out there.
Oh, man, that's hilarious.
God, I got to
But-
check that
Yeah,
out.
we will look that
He
up.
was doing his job, and Augusta National was behind him. Our governor was behind him, called him. I mean, it was national news. And but look it up. Yeah.
I will say, though, for the record, like, I'm really new into golf. Like, my first year playing in the Griffin Cup was 19.
Yeah.
And that's when I started getting into golf. Like, that was like my first time. And that's what made me a golfer and like follow golf. Now I can watch golf on TV.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I used to not be able
There's
to.
not many days that I don't watch golf on TV. Like, they get all frustrated with me. I'm like, I'm going to watch the
Yeah.
Right.
golf channel.
If I have time and it's on, I'm going to watch it.
My buddies at work make fun of me because if it's major week, I got one computer screen that's popped open with the stream on and then my work going on the other. And they're like, there's no getting you out of the office today. It's like, not unless I'm going home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it. That is awesome.
That is so funny.
So you wanted to get into the
All right, we got
Griffin
15
Cup.
minutes. You could go another 5 or so
All right.
on Masters,
Cram some in there.
or you got the rest of the 15 to talk about what the plans are and what
We can talk about the plans.
I'm enjoying it all. So whatever you want
Yeah,
to
I
talk
mean,
You said
about.
you had a question.
I did.
What's
You've been working with the Masters for so long, and you've also been doing this Griffin Cup for a while now. So I was wondering if you took some of what you have learned from the Masters and integrated it into the Griffin Cup and using
That's
some
a great
of the,
question.
So, yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, the attention to detail to think about things that 90% of your people aren't going to even notice.
Okay.
But I do, just because I've worked.
I get it.
Masters.
You've worked the Masters.
I get it. Okay.
No to the fact that I don't have an ungodly, unlimited amount of money to
Deep pocket.
produce a
Right.
tournament.
Mhm.
Right.
There's some things that we take from the Masters. I don't know if you saw your lunch. You remember your lunches last year?
Yes.
They were in plastic baggies with the Griffin Cup logo
Yep.
of the sticker that held them together. It was just a whole branding aspect. You have your clear plastic frosted cups with the Griffin Cup logo
Mm-hmm.
and the year on it that we
I
started.
do remember that.
So
Yes.
every year we've
I love it all.
done a different year. People are starting to collect the cups from the Griffin Cup.
Okay.
We did our own custom, hole flags.
Yep.
Just small things like that. No, it obviously will never be the Masters, but we
Right.
call it the Redneck Masters.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I dig it.
I'm enjoying
but-
being part of it.
We're always going to pay a close attention to detail with cart signs, scorecards. I mean, we've got our own scorecards now. It's just the small things that most of your people that after like 2 or 3 years they really start catching on and being like, this is different. It's not your typical scramble. It's not your typical 2-day member that's just clubhouse stuff and whatnot like that. We literally started this again in last February.
Okay.
This is 10 years. This is
10 years.
This is going to be the year of the player and the year of the sponsor. Now, don't get me wrong. We're still going to give back to charity, but our focus this year is the players and the sponsors, because without the sponsors and the players, we wouldn't be doing this for 10 years.
Right.
We had a record-breaking year last year. We gave back $110,000.
It's incredible.
We're still able to keep a little bit of money behind, and we've been able to help people pass the checks that we've written to the big charities. Like, we've helped people through Christmas in hotels that are homeless and
Wow.
getting vehicles fixed for somebody who does nothing but Uber Eats and has 2 kids and a single
Yeah.
mother.
Mm-hmm.
Just so we are able to do that outside of having a 2-day tournament, producing, 3 or 4 big checks. That's something that we can hold back and be able to help these things that just come out of nowhere.
That's right.
At any point in time.
Yeah.
You even helped us fix a car.
Yep.
For that. But we got her back up on her feet now. She's rolling and doing good. We got her apartment, and she's making her own money now and trucking along.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, real quick. Last commercial break.
All right.
I have 10 minutes from there.
All right.
All right. We'll be right back, guys. Right now is the time to be getting your hunting blinds and your feeders out. Right now.
It's the time.
You
now.
cannot wait any longer.
Today.
If you put them out a week or two before deer season, they're not going to come in there naturally. They're going to feel pressured and all that good stuff. Well, right up the road on Highway 16 is River Grove Supply. They have the Banks hunting blinds and their feeders right there. If you mention this podcast, you'll get an additional 5% off your purchase. If you mention Courier Pop as well, the same, 5% off. They offer free installation and free shooting lane clearing. Shoot them a message on Facebook or go to their website at rivergrovesupply.com.
That's a bargain.
All right, guys, and we're back.
Welcome
Final
back.
stretch here.
Knock it out.
Knock it out.
So like I said, this year will be the 10th year. We're going to just knock it out of the park for the players and the sponsors. That's going to be our push, and we've been just coming up with these, again, small little things that will make people feel, appreciated.
Yeah.
And just all the way from the frosted cups to the what we're going to do for like the tables and tea gifts and things like that. Driving range, or plan to have a DJ on the driving range before you tee off. And,
that's a great idea.
That's a fantastic idea.
I love
hopefully
that.
have the taco truck back this year and grab a taco while you're warming up. And just this year is going to be a little different. The Saturday night's going to be at Katarina's. Anthony has opened his restaurant up to us, so we're going to give it a little change this year and see how it works out.
I actually like that idea.
That's a good idea.
Have we've always run into the sound issue with the players pool and everything.
Yeah.
So have the whole outdoor for the players pool, and that way you got air conditioning and everything for the wives and everything.
The girls and all of them are on the inside.
Great
and player
idea.
pool. That is incredible. I love that.
Great idea.
Yeah. So we're gonna try that out this year and see how it works.
Yeah.
Friday night will be at Mystic Acres. We're gonna have the cigar rollers back. A lot of special things lined up for that, and we're working on a little. Hopefully, we can get a video done. Just different sponsors. We're going to come to their location and do a little film and insert, and then we're going to get some of the past people we've helped to do a little thing. The main thing we always run into every year is people can't hear us while we're talking and everything like that. So we're going to try to just put together a video, and that way you can watch the video and not listen to us talk up there the whole time.
Well, that's a good idea too.
But maybe we can get it across to what we're actually doing and everything like that. But hopefully, actually now we're talking before I came over here. It's been the hardest year so far. But it's going to be the best year.
Yeah.
We had some teams that didn't get in, and that really, I didn't want to do that. But if you look at history of the tiers of sponsorships, when you open them up, in the past 9 years, the top tier sponsorships only took 8 to 10 teams. This year, they took 22.
Wow.
So there's not a lot that I can do about that. At the end of the day, we're here to raise money for the charities, and it's a fundraiser. I would hope that you would tell me that I was stupid if you told me to turn down a $10,000 sponsor for
Correct.
5 $1,000 teams.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
All right, so let me ask you a question on that. So a lot of the teams that are not back in, is there more teams that came in as new sponsors as the top tiered sponsors, or do you feel like a lot of people bumped up from?
We had a lot of bump ups.
Okay.
We have one new top tier sponsor. Rest of them are all bump ups.
Wow.
And that's just to keep them in the tournament.
No, that was just, they liked what we were doing and they wanted their buddies to come and play. And so they bumped it up from, a gold to a platinum or a platinum to a crystal, and are bringing their buddies to play.
Yeah.
Again, I hate it. I really do. That was a hard. I mean, the tournament sold out in 36 hours.
Wow.
We were done. We posted that top tier, and I told Ashley, I was like, we got to take it down. Like, there's no room.
Yeah.
And then we'll have to open it up next week for gold and silver. And then I was like, close it down. And then I literally called the people who had been playing the longest for the bronze to give them the opportunity to up their sponsorship, or to stay and wait and see if there was any openings on the bronze level. I think this year we only got like 5 bronze level teams.
So let me ask you this, and I know that this is probably in your talks, but this is just my curiosity peaked here, even for like bronze sponsors. Is there a situation where down the road it turns into almost a 4-day weekend tournament or a 2-weekend tournament to get everyone to be able to play in the weekend if they can't afford the top tiers?
Possibly, but we're just at the max capacity of logistical ways for the amount of people that we have working on the tournament.
Volunteer wise.
I mean, we have a lot of volunteers, like
Yeah.
day of volunteers, and we have people out selling, whole sponsorships and everything like that, and they're great. But at the end of the day, everybody has a job.
Yeah.
This is my third, philanthropical issue that I deal with, outside of GBI and Shade Tree and Ashley Store. Then we get in Griffin Cup, and we have a 14-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Right.
So as far as that goes, like, I would love to see it at 2 courses, but it's just really, at this point, it's just not possible.
Right.
It just
2 courses is a great idea.
Yeah.
But we would have to have,
A lot more
probably
help.
a lot more help, and we'd have to have about, I'd say, 25 more teams.
Yeah.
And we're just not in that threshold of, there's a waiting list of 7 to 8 teams, and there's, 7 or 8 that didn't get in, but you're still 10 to 15 teams short at that point to be able to split into 2 courses.
And it almost makes you wonder if you do get into that situation where if you have that many people playing and wanting to get in, like what teams or what even flights play at this course and what flights play at this course.
Well, you would just play it one day at one course, and then you flip at the other course.
That would make sense.
But the other issue is you get something that big, you don't have anywhere to have the event.
Correct.
And you would have to have
that was
Friday,
my next point.
Saturday, Sunday. And you kind of lose the nostalgia of like the 19th hole party, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So you get all the families out there, all the kids, and that's kind of what we've built Sunday around.
Yeah.
Because not only is it the guys now, they can bring their wives.
Right.
Now they can bring their kids, and we have a bunch of high school girls babysitting and jump houses and face paint.
Yep.
And you sign
My
your
kids
over.
loved it.
Oh, the kids.
And they're
I
up
mean,
there having
yeah.
a good time, watching the golf, hanging out with their spouse, and just enjoying it. And that's kind of what we built it around. And I think we would lose some of that
100%.
At the end.
No, I agree.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll be at the end one day, so that way I'm the one coming in and everybody's.
I'm going to be honest with you, Dad. Let me tell you how you do that. You just go find you a +5 and you just ride the cart, dude.
Make sure he's good.
Yeah. You reach out
Or
to
she.
Bryson.
I'm not partial.
You reach out to Bryson DeChambeau and tell him, I need your help
Yeah,
one
dude.
weekend.
Exactly.
We're going to be best friends.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not the Masters, but it is the Redneck Masters.
We even thought
I
about
love
putting
it.
the Redneck Masters on there, putting different Griffin spots on the back of the shirt and the Griffin Cup and everything, putting the Redneck Masters in like vintage. But, we joke about it, but we do everything in our power just to make this the best weekend for everybody around.
I want to tell you,
I think everybody looks forward to it, man.
I
really.
look forward to it the minute it ends.
Yeah.
It is my favorite time. Back in the day, like, I will say, like, don't get me wrong, I look forward to deer season. I look forward to dove season the most out of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the third next thing I look forward to all year long, the minute it ends, is the Griffin Cup.
Yep.
Well, we appreciate it. And
Absolutely.
we're glad that people feel that way. That's, like I said, in 2017, it was a start of, hey, let's just try this one year.
That's right.
And then it has built to this, and like I said in the beginning, it's the best problem that we can have, to be able to have everybody have such a good time and to do it all for the good of the community.
There you go.
All right, before we shut this episode down, is there a snippet or a hint or anything that you could add on to the episode that we could tell our Griffin Cup listeners to go listen to like find something special about the weekend that wouldn't give something big away?
We have some special things coming for every single player.
Okay.
That we're spending a good amount of money on every single player.
Wow.
That's going to be hopefully customized and personable, and it's not just going to be a towel, and whatever, but it's going to be something special if we can get it all worked out.
That's exciting.
It is.
We're just going to do a bunch of smaller things that are going to make you feel like, it's where you want to be for the weekend. Right. So we're going to get shirts with the kids. You're going to have all your volunteers going to be in the same shirt. It's customized tents and possibly working on a full-fledged structure for the locker room this year.
Wow.
So we'll see how it pans out. It's still in the early stages, but I can tell you it'll be the best year that we've had so far.
And it'll be here before.
And if anyone is listening and they want to volunteer or they want to help or they're looking to get involved in any sort of way, what would they do at this point?
You can just send us an email, thegriffincup@gmail.com. That's whole sponsorships. We have like 3 or 4 sponsorships left. That's T-Gift sponsorship, locker room sponsor, and these little birdie ball sponsors that are going to go in every single cup with the company logo in the bottom of the cup. And then your $150 whole sponsorship. Like if you just want to get your business name out there, there's 160 plus people that are going to see it 2 days in a row.
And guys, it's a huge tournament.
It is.
You do not want to miss out if you can get involved in this.
And any local business on the tee. It's $300. Come set your tent up. You can collect leads, information, email addresses, names, do a drawing, do whatever you want to do. We're happy to have those. We got 18 of those available.
18. There you go.
So
awesome.
Except for one.
Well, yeah, one of them's taken.
17, 16. We got 2 more. Yeah.
Which I will say, those are fun, and they get a lot of
the infamous 15th hole Hills Tire tent. There's a lot of stories to be heard on that.
There are.
We could do a whole episode on the Griffin Cup.
And I'll tell you just real quick before we close this thing out. That whole day when I got to the turn, and I was like halfway through the pack, and them girls were hammered. And I was like, I can't even focus the rest of the round. And then what was so bad is I didn't even know one of the girls that I had hired to work that tent. And the other girl that worked has worked for me for a year and a half. And like, I had plenty of faith in both of them. And then when I found out,
they made it fun.
Yeah. When
you get over there on Saturday and every cart that's finished isn't watching any golf, they're just hanging out at the Hills Tire tent, and you can't even get to the tee box.
They get finished and go back and hang out at the tent.
I mean, it was a whole thing. And I had one dude, he come up to me. It was the next year. And I realized, and we're going to end on this, and I realized it caused somewhat of a controversies too, because one of the dudes come up and asked, and they were like, oh no, it was the next day. They were like, how's your wife feeling? And I'm like, dude, my wife was not there for that.
That was not my wife.
Let me make this very clear. My wife was not a part of that.
Oh, me.
But anyways.
Well, I appreciate y'all having me, and
absolutely.
It's been fun, and like I said, always a good time, and happy to come back, and hopefully we can do a post-Griffin Cup episode. Again, there's a whole line of stories that can go.
We got to do a whole episode just on the Griffin Cup.
The history, the 10-year history of the Griffin Cup.
I think so. That'd be a good idea.
Well, guys, we're gonna end this thing right here. So even though it's not necessarily shooting nothing other than a low score again, here we go.
If it
makes you wait, don't If it makes you shake, don't wait, don't hesitate. Shoot that thing.